Once again, good evening to one and all who are gathered here today to attend this webinar on the qualification, which is very, very vital for all the senior level people in occupational health and safety. The NEBOSH HSE Certificate in Health and Safety Leadership Excellence. As you are seeing the logo here on the screen, this qualification is jointly developed by the UK Health and Safety Executive along with NEBOSH. So it really carries a lot of value. So today we will be discussing about the syllabus, the content, examination pattern, the usefulness of this program and all these things. And towards the end of the session, definitely I'll give you a Q&A session. If in between anyone has got any doubts or some clarification required, you may please note it down. Towards the end of the session, we will be discussing on those areas. So one of the important aspect of this qualification is it is jointly developed by the HSE UK, which is the a very big body in the UK, along with NEBOSH. And it is very, very useful for senior level OHS professionals for their career. A little bit of an introduction. I think most of the people who have joined already know me, and my name is Anil Gopinath. My profile is there in the LinkedIn, and I just completed only 31 years in this OHS profession. So basically a safety professional, and I am an approved lead tutor for the NEBOSH IGC, NEBOSH International Diploma, and also this HSE Leadership Excellence. So what we are going to discuss today is the basic, that's about me and about Safety Catch. It's a NEBOSH approved gold rated learning partner since 2011. And we have conducted many trainings associated with NEBOSH, like the Health and Safety at Work Award, International General Certification, International Diploma, and also now we are delivering this HSE Leadership Excellence program. So this is a little bit of small introduction about myself and Safety Catch. Coming back to the session, I purposely put this personality over here and to introduce him to all of you. This is really a legacy for the OHS profession. Mr. Paul O'Neill. He was the ex-CEO of Alcoa. And if you are interested to know more about this gentleman, you can note down this name. He is a thorough professional who has proved that leadership is the most important aspect of safety management. When the leadership is efficient, competent, and he can drive the entire organization towards achieving safety. So this person whom you are seeing here on the screen, he has really proved this to the world. Some of you may be knowing this story, some of you may not be knowing, but I just brought him on screen to give that confidence, or to show all of you what is really the importance of leadership in occupational health and safety. The reason for all the crises in OHS is the crisis of leadership. So when you become a leader or a senior professional in safety, and if you don't have the leadership qualities or leadership skills, it becomes very difficult to manage organizations. It becomes very difficult to manage the OHS and to survive in this profession. So leadership is something which you can call it's an art as well as science. I say science because the concept of leadership are truth. And I say art because the leadership is something you need to learn and practice. So, that's why we can call leadership as an art as well as science. So once you learn the concepts of leadership, and then you get a chance to practice those concepts, you become a competent leader. So this program, as I told you, to be a successful leader in OHS profession, you need to learn the fundamentals of leadership and connect it with OHS profession. That is what exactly there are, when we talk about leadership, we should talk about values, because leadership is something which is based on values, inculcating of values, experiencing of values, sharing of values. So there are some certain leadership values which are very, very important to be learned by every OHS professionals. So when you get those values, when you understand those values, you become confident in everything you do. So this gentleman has proved to the world that you can build an organization, you can take an organization from, collapse to success by sheer leadership, especially in OHS, occupational health and safety leadership. So it's available. The story of Paul O'Neill is available in the various social media or internet platform. You can go through that and see how this gentleman has turned an organization into highly successful by providing importance to occupational health and safety and leading by example and implementing a lot of leadership skills. So that's why I put this person's photograph, and the company he represented is Alcoa. And then coming to the program, what are the key topics covered in this NEBOSH Leadership Excellence program? This course has been drafted very carefully. The key topics covered in this course are what you're seeing here on the screen. The business benefits of health and safety leadership, including the moral, legal, and financial arguments. The effects of good health and safety leadership for safety culture. Human failures, how to identify, how to correct them. Make it happen model. There is a specific model, how to make things happen, how to set goals and achieve them. Decision-making process, including mental shortcuts and perception biases. How sometimes leaders take wrong decisions due to this perception biases. They are very dangerous, this perception. Every human being has got this perception biases, and there are different set of perception biases. So what a leader may think is correct may not be actually, and if that decision is taken wrong by the leader, it can have a long-standing effect on the organization. So, and even mental shortcuts. Sometimes leaders act based on mental shortcuts. Leaders sometimes take decisions based on mental shortcut and also perception bias, and they are very dangerous. So to understand these concepts, and so that we can avoid them and we can be true leaders. Different leadership styles, like transformational leadership, transactional leadership, resonant leadership. So there are various types of leadership styles which will be discussed in this program. And the 5 leadership values that are very, very important. I told you when we talk about leadership, it is or leaders are based on values. So what are these important values which the safety leaders must have? And we are discussing on that in this program. The HSE's 5 leadership values. They are very, very important for any aspiring OHS leader. And building relationship with the workforce, how to be a communicator, how to be an effective communicator. So what are the techniques of communication, how to develop the leadership communication skills? These are all basically the what I'm showing you on the slide are the key topics which we cover in this course, in this program. And then comes the key values. We were discussing about the 5 key leadership values, which are very, very important. So the first value is building and promoting a shared health and safety vision. The second one is being considerate and responsive. The third one is providing support and recognition to your subordinates. And then the fourth one is promoting fairness and trust, which is really the big important value for a leader. The most important value for a leader, building trust and fairness, dealing with fairness, building trust in the workforce to become a leader. So promoting fairness and trust is very important. Encouraging improvement, innovation, and learning. Encouraging improvement, innovation, and learning is very important. And there are some supporting foundations. So if you see, like it's like building an arch of leadership on some 2 foundations, which is involvement and communication, you can see here, and then effective role modeling. So these 2 things are very important for leadership, and this we will be definitely discussing in the program. So these are all the basically the key leadership values which all the future leaders must understand. So these are the main elements on which this course is built. The NEBOSH HSE Leadership Excellence program is built on these key leadership values. And then the syllabus. What does the syllabus consist of? The syllabus is divided into basically 3 units. The unit 1, or we can say elements. The element 1 is the foundations of health and safety leadership. And then human failure and decision making. The element 2 is human failure. And the third one is all about leadership. So the whole program is divided into 3 elements. You can see here, it's a simple program. And then comes the assessments, which most of you may be interested to know. Yes, definitely there will be, for every program, there will be assessments because it is a certification. And to obtain the certification, you need to clear or you need to pass the assessment. That's very important. So what are the assessments? It's like, not an examination, but it is like something like a reflective activity, reflective statements or reflective activities during the course itself. Students will be assessed on the HSE's 5 leadership values. What 5 leadership values we have just seen? Based on each of these, so you can say something like 5 questions. So for each value, there will be a question. And these are the 5 values which we have seen just now, the building and promoting shared health and safety vision. So once the tutor completes 1 value during the class itself, maybe we will give you 10 to 15 minutes to complete the assessment. So assessments are realistic questions where you have to just give reflection on your experiences. There is nothing to memorize and write in an exam. It's all like reflection of your own experience or your leadership background, how you are going to improve it. So these are the 5 leadership values on which the assessment will take place. And assessment looks like something like this. If you look at 1 value, building and promoting a shared health and safety vision. So there will be some topics given to you. You can choose your own topic which is familiar to you. So based on this first value, some topics. So this is one example of a topic which will be given. Set long-term health and safety goals and strategy. And you have to just reflect at present within your organization. What is the status of setting long-term health and safety goals? And do you feel it is effective? So it's a kind of reflection. There is nothing like studying, memorizing and writing answer, nothing like that. You are going to reflect on What is the present status of your organization or your own leadership style? Is it effective? And then you are going to give some improvement. Okay, after learning this from this course, I understood that I need to do something better. So after attending the classes, I got some idea which I am going to apply. So this is the exam. So what you are seeing on the screen, this is the assessment for leadership excellence. There is no question paper. There is no writing for hours and hours or days and days, nothing like that. It's simple. Each assessment will not last more than 10 to 15 minutes. Okay. So once one leadership value is covered, everything is discussed, brainstorming is done, immediately assessment will start. So 10 minutes to 15 minutes time will be given to you to complete this. During the session itself, you have to just reflect on your own experiences and you have to give suggestions on what improvement you are going to bring, which you learned from this program or this session, what we just finished. So like this, 5 topics, 5 assessments. This is what the assessment looks like. This is what you are going to do in the assessment. Nothing more, no essay writing, no research work, nothing. So you have to just reflect on your own personal experience of leadership, and you have to reflect on how you are going to improve it after learning this program. So leadership is understanding fact and figures. If you look at the Pareto analysis, leaders should understand that 80% of the problem are because of 20% of the issues or the area which we need to focus. This is one type of leadership analysis. Like, you may have a lot of incidents, but when you do a Pareto analysis, you will identify that the 20% of the issues or the area produce more violations or more. So this kind of understanding is required. And when we talk about leadership in OHS, while Ericsson and Strikoff, they have brought a very good paragraph when we think about preventing incidents and fatalities. While no one can guarantee that an organization will never have a serious incident, senior leaders can employ behaviors and practices to set the tone and climate around how vigorously the organization creates and sustains a focus on the prevention of exposure to serious hazards. So that's what is expected from leaders, and leaders should be able to do that. So that is what the leadership values are important. And if you look at the major accidents which has happened across the globe, like the Union Carbide of Bhopal, the Piper Alpha, the BP Texas, British Petroleum Texas, the disaster of Space Shuttle Columbia, the disaster which happened in the Gulf of Mexico, Deepwater Horizon, and the LG Polymer, which recently happened in India. So these are all, you see, the major accidents which happened across the globe, and most of this resulted because of leadership crisis. So leadership is very, very important in preventing accidents. If there is a crisis for leadership, then definitely it can spiral out into major accidents. So all the reports, all the case studies of these major accidents point out one finger towards deficiency of leadership. So all the senior people, you may have 10-year experience, you may have 15-year experience, you may have 20-year experience, but if there is a lack of leadership, then nothing will work. None of our competencies, none of our qualifications, none of our experience is going to work if we lack the leadership skill. That's very important to understand. So that is why this program is so beautifully designed, and it is brought out along with HSE UK and the NEBOSH jointly certifying the Leadership Excellence program. So again, coming back to the importance of leadership, or what is expected from the new generation. Recently, like in 2021, the Waldorf University and Aveta, they have conducted a kind of research in a university students, the future, the new generations, the people who are coming to join the profession of OHS or any other profession, incoming safety professionals. So you mean to say like they are the people doing MS occupational health and safety or BS occupational health and safety, to understand what is their expectation at work site from their seniors, who are you people. The almost all the people sitting here are senior level people who are going to face the new generation people. We call it like generation X, generation Z or something like millennials, etc. So the generation which was born in 1999, 2000, 2001 are the people coming to work with you in your present organization. You will see the newcomers. We call them the new generation. They are the people born between 99 to 2001, 2002. And what is their expectations from their boss or the leaders? A survey was conducted, and you can see here 84% people said the trait that will make successful leaders are communication skill. The communication is very, the leadership communication. The way you are going to communicate with your subordinates and the staff is very, very important trait. Then consistency. The second one was consistency, the way you lead them, how consistent you are. And then comes accountability. How do you take responsibility? How do you take accountability for what you, the decisions that you take? And approachability, 61.11% people said our leaders should be approachable. And then the discipline, 61.11% people again expect that the leaders should be disciplined people. They should be role models. And 56.6% people went for positive attitude. They voted, like the people voted because they presented a lot of traits, and based on the percentage of votes received for each of the traits, they have taken the first 6, which is, if you are going or be a leader, if you are a leader or you have subordinates who are the new generation people, these are the expectation they have from their leader. So if you can fulfill these expectations, they will accept you. So these kind of information will be given to you in this program. And you can also see the new generation, the safety professionals who are coming to work with you. What is their thinking? Why do they take this profession? The question was asked to them, why did you take up safety as a profession? So most of them replied, we want to improve workplace safety or workforce safety. So these people know they are not simply choosing the profession by what you can say like draw, but they really understand the profession. They understand the value of the profession of OHS, and they are coming to work in this profession, and you are going to lead them. So that's the importance of leadership. We should be a good leaders, otherwise we cannot manage the show. So finally, to go home safely at the end of the working day is a right, not a privilege to every employee, and leaders should accept it, and leaders should understand it, and they should be able to lead from the front. So generally, before I know one question which is going to come is the duration of this program. This course, NEBOSH HSE Leadership Excellence, basically it can be covered in one day also, but I prefer it to be 2 days. 2 days, so that comfortably you can finish the assignments, what you can say, the examination, discussions, group discussions, and all learning part, everything will happen within 2 days. So this is a duration is 2 days. We may be conducting it 2 Fridays or 2 Sundays. So The next batch will be announced soon. And if any one of you have got any query, please switch on your mic and you can ask me about this program.
Yes, hello, this is Zahir with you.
Yes, please go ahead.
First of all, thank you very much, Safety Catch, to accommodate us to launch this session or webinar to increase our knowledge about the leaderships and whatever you are discussing, the types of the leadership. So first of all, thank you very much to organize this session. And the second one, which the questions should become in your code, regarding the durations as you explain. And the next questions will be like fee, what are the dues which we need to pay as a per candidate.
Yeah, that
okay, if you can explain.
Actually,
so
actually you have to reply to the email. Today you have received an email, the link. You just need to reply to that email, or if you are interested to note down this WhatsApp, because that will come to you by email, because the fees, everything, commercials, that is dealt by another department. We are tutors, so tutorial team. So you can anyway, that information definitely you will get once you make an inquiry. So you can convert this as an email. You even as a reply to the email you received the link, immediately they will send to you. Maybe tomorrow you will get all the structures, course dates, course fees, like that. Some brochures they have made and they will send to you. Even you can WhatsApp on this number also, which is shown on the screen. Okay,
sure. Thank you very much.
Anybody else, any question?
Yes, sir, this is Shashi with you. Is there any pre-qualification requirement for this course?
See, English is the only thing they ask. Knowledge of English is the only prerequisite for this program, because otherwise NEBOSH, as you know, they usually don't set any pre-qualification. So anybody can take up this program.
And what are the major differences between NEBOSH International Diploma and this course? Because the International Diploma also covers about the leadership styles and what are the leadership things.
Yes, of course. There is a part within the NEBOSH Diploma which covers the leadership, but here they have gone a little bit farther with some kind of activities, reflective statements. So, it's an extension, you can say. There are people who may not have done IDIP also, but some there in the IDIP we have covered basically the types of leadership, correct? We have covered the types of leadership, but here,
yes, sir.
Here more of a leadership traits, the values, the 5 leadership values are very important. Based on that, some examples, we will be deliberating more on that values with reflective statements, then case studies. Communication skill, we'll have a specific class on that. So you can say like this course purely focus on the leadership excellence. That's the difference.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else, any question, ladies and gentlemen? If anybody has got any question, don't hesitate to ask.
Yes, sir. Could I ask?
Yeah, please.
Sir, basically, I have completed my NEBOSH HSE. So
Okay.
apart from this, I want to know about, would I do NEBOSH International Diploma without experience?
No, you need I will suggest, see, again, I tell you, NEBOSH as such doesn't keep any prior qualification requirement. They only recommended, like a person who is going to do international diploma, it is recommended that he or she should have completed IGC. That's a recommendation. And English language, that they suggest, they keep it as a requirement. Qualification, they never keep as a requirement. However, as a tutor point of view, I would say that you must be associated with a workplace to do the diploma, because diploma is not a beginner's program. It is a higher level program at level 6 qualification, where definitely some experience, some workplace exposure, and even some questions will be based on your workplace. So if you are purely a fresher, I will not advise that you go for the IDIP. You get into an organization, get some experience, and then better go for the international diploma. That is personally my advice to you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Sure, sir. I will think about it. Thank you for your suggestion.
Any other question, ladies and gentlemen? I think everything I have covered, so probably you don't have a lot of questions. Okay, fine. So thank you
Sir.
very much. Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, I think my doubt is not related to this. Actually, I have a doubt, sir, regarding level 7 OHSM, the difference between OHSM level 7 and NEBOSH diploma level 6.
See, when you want to study a program or a course, you have
Okay.
a lot of options, right? You have a lot of options.
Okay.
So suppose you want to study masters in environment or
Okay.
masters in business management, you have a lot of options, a lot of universities. Then what you would choose? You prefer reputation, you prepare
Yes.
fairness, you prepare value for money. So that I cannot, I cannot comment on. It's up to your decision that do you get value. In every webinar, I tell this thing very particular. This is my habit, that never pay for a A4 size paper, which is called a certificate. If you are paying for a A4 size paper, that is not going to add any value to your career, your personality, anything. But if you pay for knowledge, the money you are paying, you should always keep in mind, the money is the hard-earned money you are paying for your career growth. You are expecting that the fees that you are paying will give you return on investment throughout your career as a safety professional. Are you getting that? So that is where you are paying for knowledge. Please understand. So when you are paying for knowledge, you should scrutinize which course is going to give me the knowledge. It's not some study materials. It's not that some thing where I can self-study and do it. It's tutor-based. If you are tutored by experienced people, you get all the share of their knowledge, and you can be bold enough to say, yes, I have done it. It may be difficult. There is no shortcut to success. People think that I pay money, I get A4 size paper, I can put in LinkedIn along with my name, grad Ayosh, enough. But what about applicability? What is the application? Tomorrow you go and sit in the chair of a manager, and there is a question asked to you. How are you going to reply? Everything you cannot Google and say, right? So you have to take decisions. You have to have that qualification here, not in the file. So think about that. So always pay for knowledge, and then you should think which qualification is providing you knowledge, which organization is ready to provide you knowledge, and that knowledge is very important. We can print a certificate paying $1 or $2.
No, sir. Actually, after seeing your qualification, I got the doubt, sir.
Okay. So
Thank
you
you.
got the message. Okay, clear. Right. Anybody else? Anything to clarify? I hope everybody happy, and yes, you all will be getting the brochure of this program. Definitely, if you are interested, you can join with us. No doubt in that. No problem. And even this WhatsApp number you can note down. Probably I will be the tutor for the next leadership program. Already we have done for a batch in Saudi. We have completed successfully, and looking for future batches. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us, and you can expect more such webinars in future. This is Anil Gopinath signing off. Thank you very much.